Okay, I guess by popular demand, I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna go back to do a few MMA videos, maybe just one a week, where I kind of review what I'm playing. Remember, we had like a 3 or 4 week layoff for MMA. I've been doing really well since I started, and I think I have a. It seems like kind of an obvious process, but uh, honestly, it's been working for me, and I'll share with you what I do. And I guess there's one little bit of subtlety to it. We'll talk about it though. So first of all, not to get too into it, but they did make some changes in scoring over the last month during the layoff with respect DraftKings MMA scoring. One of them, one of the least interesting, I think, deals with control time. Like if someone wrestles a dude to the ground and keeps him there, you get a little credit for that. But the other thing that's really interesting is they provide a new bonus for not only winning in the first round, but winning in the first 60 seconds. So what I believe this does is it increases the value of picking fighters and fights that rate to end early. Now it seems obvious, and I did that. I always reviewed things that way when I did the other videos, but I think even more so now, that extra bonus in the first 60 seconds is huge. And so you want to play these knockout guys, and you want to play these submission guys, and you want to play fights that rate to finish early. And I don't think that people are going to make that adjustment as egregiously as you need to. I'm going to go over just the way I do it, and then I'll go over one little subtlety that I think is going to help you at least derive some EV. If it doesn't look like you're getting EV, I'll explain to you why. So there are very easy tools that allow you to determine which fights are going to end early. And this is one of them, so best fight odds. So what I like to do is to go into the fights, and I hit this little thing here where it indicates like the prop bets. And what you're looking for, it depends on the slate, but on today's slate, you want to look for fights that are at least pick 'em to go less than 2.5 rounds, okay? If you can find one that plays less than 1.5 rounds, even better, but usually if you can get it for under 2.5 rounds, that's the fight you want to key. So like this Austin Lingo Kilburn fight, this fits the bill. This is under 2.5 rounds, so this is a fight you want to key. Next thing you want to look at, let's give an example, like this Mello fight is just way too slow. I mean, the under 2.5 rounds is plus 300, so you're not going to probably win any of that fight. Imiv Zawada, same deal. Then the next one that's interesting is Tafa Philippe. This one is exactly what you want so far. I mean, it's like pick 'em to go under 2.5 rounds, so you want to key that fight. Now again, I don't even care who we're picking yet, right? You see, both these guys are under 200. You know what I mean? Like it's not like anybody's a big lock here. So I don't really care. I mean, I'll take either of these guys. Edwards, Yanan, nope, it's too slow. Hawes Imamov. Now this one's again another really good fight. This is actually minus 160 under 2.5. But this is an interesting little style fight because Hawes, if he wins, he usually wins really early, and if he doesn't win, get there early, he's very dangerous to get beat. And Imamov is really cheap on DraftKings. So this is a combination of having a good, under 2.5 round prop, plus the way the fight plays out, you're going to want both of these guys. Hawes for the early finish, and if he doesn't get the early finish, Imamov is really good value. You go on to the next one, Todorovic, Soriano. Excellent. It's close. It's probably the weakest of the ones we've went over, but it's pretty close. It's pretty good actually. Over 2.5 rounds. Yeah, this isn't bad. So this is one you want to key. Buckley Deshinko. Now this one is really just one-sided. So So it's pretty good. I mean, it's only, I mean, it's picking pretty much to go under 2.5 rounds. And Buckley's a big time knockout guy. So definitely want to be pounding on him. I don't think I want to take any of the Chirico guy, but Buckley is a tremendous play. So this the third to last fight. No, this is probably, well, this was actually not bad. So Lee Porzanibio is actually not bad. Now, again, I think that this one, if anything, you're going to only want to take the favorite here. It's only, the reason why this is under 2.5 is not because of Lee's ability to knock out Santiago. It's because of Santiago's ability to knock out Lee. So you want to include Santiago in your player pool also. Matt Brown and Condit. This one's another good one. And then Cater and Holloway. So this one's the 5-rounder. So you have, this is a fight that to this week is you're going to be forced to play both sides. I mean, it's rates to be a kind of a close fight, and both guys put up a lot of volume plus early finish possible. I mean, this is the fight that you want to have 100% of. So what I do is take those key fights, make sure to get some of all of them, and see what my lineup builder kind of comes up with. And I did these kind of by hand here. The other thing about this week's fight is that you can play both Holloway and Cater together. That's how big of the volume is going to be in that fight over a 5-round period. So especially in the single entries where you're not fighting against 700,000 people, whatever, you could play Holloway and Cater together. So what I do is, again, I just set it to only play those guys. And what I find, by the way, is that you're not really able to generate that many lineups. So, and the reason why I bring that up is a little hidden piece of EV is that people that play the 150 lineups, I think they're giving, it's kind of dangerous for me to say, but I think they're giving equity away in these things. I think that they're putting in a lot of lineups because they want 150 unique lineups. I think a lot of them are really bad. I really feel as though if I built 150 lineups, given what I thought was the way to approach the slate, I couldn't do it. I mean, I really couldn't do it, and I would be forced to fill in guys that I thought were incredibly suboptimal. So I feel as though a way you can play is play the way I mentioned, enter the 150 max tournaments, but only enter the 15 or 20 lineups that you can mathematically put together. So yeah, you're going to be fighting against a lot of lineups, but I think you're deriving good EV from all those bad lineups. So all those forced lineups, I guess that's the better way to say it. And that's pretty much my approach. I said, if you go filter through my lineups, you see like just the guys that I mentioned, Tafa, whoever his opponent was it Philippe, Cater and Holloway. You'll see some of them in both of them, some of them just Holloway, some of them just Cater, Todorovic and Soriano. I mean, like you're getting guys from both sides of these fights. You're getting guys from both sides of Lingo Kilburn, and that Imamov fight I mentioned before, 57% of him, and I think probably 43% of his opponent, right? I'm just guessing. Actually, only 29% of Hawes. 57% of Buckley, which makes sense. Condit and Matt Brown. So this is exactly the way I'm approaching this. The only thing I have to do is what I think I can do is add in that this actually helps diversify a little bit, is to add in Ponzinibbio. Okay, so like for example, I could duplicate this lineup and get him in instead of Buckley. So that's one thing I'm going to do. Like for example, I could just do this right now. Put him in instead of Buckley. Like that. And that's definitely something. I do think Buckley's going to be somewhat popular. So that is definitely something I'm going to do. So what I'll do is probably almost every lineup that I have Buckley in it, I will duplicate that and then put in the guy I just mentioned. I don't want to butcher these guys' names. Sebastian Bonzini Hibio, and so I end up probably 25% of each of those. So I got to remember to do that sometime between now and Saturday. Saturday noon Slate. Gotta love it. The other thing to remember about MMA is that it's very COVID based, so you might get cancellations pretty right up until lock. So be careful with that. All right, that's all I got. Good luck.